it's just government acknowledgement of this catastrophic social failure that we're witnessing. The government really need to simplify funding for councils and end bidding processes, right? It's an implicit recognition that the administrative complexity and insufficient funding models are crippling local delivery. By funding failure at an exponential rate, the central state is effectively exporting its policy negligence to local balance sheets, ensuring that housing costs erode the capacity of local government to deliver other essential services. This cycle turns the massive 2.8 billion cost into both a social tragedy and a significant driver of local insolvency. This situation is a little bit akin to a company that earns 100 million in revenue but spends 200 million fighting constant lawsuits caused by a faulty product design, all while refusing to fix the original design flaw. The money is spent, but the problem and the debt only keeps on growing. So what about this launch of the National Plan to End Homelessness, backed by a £3.5 billion investment over the next 3 years? Well, it's just government acknowledgement of this catastrophic social failure that we're witnessing. Now, if you use the critical lens of property economics on this, the plan reveals itself to be predominantly a sophisticated crisis management measure rather than a genuine structural solution to the fundamental supply deficit driving statutory homelessness. However, these targets almost exclusively focus on mitigating the consequences of housing failure rather than dismantling that primary driver. Now, the primary driver is the collapsing supply in the private rental sector. Why? Well, an exodus of landlords selling up, as I've already established and talked about over the past 12 plus months. So, structural versus crisis management. A true structural solution to the UK's housing failure must address the fundamental market imbalance. Still expensive crisis management, ultimately. It's designed to plug immediate leaks, treat severe trauma, but without the sustained delivery of the promised 1.5 million affordable homes. It's not going to solve this structural deficiency, and the collapse of the accessible private rental safety net that is driving a family to be made homeless or threatened with homelessness, I say once again, every 5 minutes.